Yo, what up, homies? It's your big homie King Quad coming back at you again with some more Tower of God New World. And in today's video, we are going to be taking a look at the 11.29 update that has fallen on our laps. There is a lot of new content within this update. I mean, the long-awaited collaboration event with 7 Knights has finally dropped and it's in our hands. We have a new 14-day event featuring everybody's favorite chicken, as well as just overall changes to Expedition, characters, and new content. So there's a lot to take in. So without wasting any more time, let's enter the tower. Let's look at the 11.29 update and let's break it down. I'm not gonna lie, that intro is actually super sick. All right, so the character that I have in front of me, if you do not know yet, I mean, this is one day after it has dropped, but this here is Rachel, the SSR plus unit from 7 Knights, who has now fallen into the Tower of God world. That is correct. As I mentioned earlier, we have our very first collaboration event in Tower of God with 7 Knights, another NetMarble IP. And with it came 3 brand new units. We got Rachel, Yun-Hee, and Shane, which we'll take a quick look into in just a moment. Now, disclaimer, full frontal, you know this video is going to be long. And it's going to be long because we got a lot of different information. What I am planning to do, however, is to break it into separate video segments in different content that was released upon us. So in this video, I'm really just going to do a quick overlook at the Royal Cook-Off event that is here, another 14-day event for us to go and gather a lot of good resources, new skins, and characters, of course, as well as a quick overview of the patch notes and this collaboration event that we have going on with 7 Knights. All right, first things first, looking at the update details right here in the patch notes. So I'm going to scroll through. We have 3 new units, like I mentioned, Rachel, Yun-Hee, and Shane, as well as a newer version of Gyetang that we have as part of our 14-day Royal Cook-Off story event. But if I scroll down, these are the units we have here. So first one is Rachel Agnes. She is the SSR plus unit from the 3 new units that have come in, and she is a ranged user as part of the green element. Just so everybody knows, all the units that we got are all green. So if you are lacking on a strong green team, I think this might be the time for you to start powering up with these new characters. So we have Rachel Agnes as our green unit and her abilities. I'm going to skip over the abilities for now because we'll talk about them more detailed in another video. Then we have Shane, the green warrior, who's a part of the 7 Knights collaboration. Honestly, I like her skin and her character art. It looks very dope. And then we finally have here, screaming too far, Yun-Hee, who is a support user, but she's a magical support user. So she's, AoEing people out from the distance. Honestly, I love the character arts. Just from first looks and glances, I love the character arts of how all 3 of these units have been designed, and even their models in the game are very well done. So that's a very huge W in the terms of what NetMarble has given us. Now, like I mentioned, this update is massive, so we got a bunch of other things as well. So Gyetang, already everyone's favorite chicken, has a dark side to him. So we have Gyetang Dark Erebus as a costume, which we can get through the Royal Cook-Off event, when we'll take a look at in just a quick moment. We have other content such as Shinsu grade links, so we can now go up to SS2 if you are whaling over in that section of the game, plus 5 new chapters, so from level 36 all the way to 40. We have the new ignition weapon system, which is associated, so the addition to the original equipment that we already have, just to help us build and get stronger as we go through the game. Unlock that chapter 15-20 and a whole bunch of other things in there. Again, I'll make a purposeful ignition weapon video, so I'm not wasting any more time here and not trying to reduce the size or the length of this video. The secret floor, which is again in association to the ignition weapon. The different sets. We have black market summons, which I'm definitely talking about in this video here. So the black market is a place for us to obtain SSR plus teammates, as well as S rank gear, as well as other just growth materials throughout the game. So we'll take a quick look at that as well. And honestly, people are loving that. I'm loving it so far. And then of course we have our knives ready flame set royal cook-off event is a go. So the new 7 Knights characters are all a part of this story mode, and we get to learn a little bit about them and how they managed to enter into the Tower of God. I guess for me, the real question is, because they opened the door themselves, are they considered irregulars, like Bomb? Who knows? Anyways, there's a lot more in here. So we get upcoming events, different bundles, auto progress mode. Oof, everyone's favorite so far. The history of things. Yeah, and no, enough of that. Let's go over here. So first things first, Royal Cook-Off event. When it pops up, there we go. Go ahead and click on it. If you've been playing this game for any amount of time, you noticed you would have had one of these events with Dorsey. We had the same event with Jaja. So it's the exact same type of ordeal. But if you are new to the game, no problem. Whenever we get these story events, we have here 2 different segments. We have the story itself, and then we have the free side itself. Now, the idea is you play the story to unlock these collaboration tickets, which we will, hey, click on one. All right, fine. You play the story to unlock one of these collaboration tickets, and these collaboration tickets are what we are going to be using to summon the new characters in the story. So these characters are a completely separate summon from our normal summons as well, so they exist in their own banner, and these collaboration tickets are our means to get them. As well, on the far right side here, we have the free stages. So ultimately, in order to progress to the new story mode, so I need 4,000 event points, I need to play all of these free stages, gather up the event mission points in order to progress my story mode. Currently, I have 3,155, and I'm just going to keep playing these stories to go ahead. Now, each time I beat one of these free stages, I also get these available rewards. So here we have the mushroom. We also have, it's not this one. There we go. We also have honey, and we also have meat chunks. As we gather those different rewards, we can then go ahead. Oh my, I shot too far. We could then go ahead and spend those rewards here in the event exchange shop. So we get 3 different tiers of items that we can go ahead and select and get rewards from. If you play any of these free stages with any of these particular units that get the buffs, so in this case for the mushrooms, Shane, Ron, and Navik. For the honey pot, Yunhee, Vespa, and Laur. And for the meat, Rachel, Arkraptor, and Ihwa. Then you will get bonuses on top of that. And of course, for every upgrade that everyone has on those units, so green, blue, red, or purple, you will gain more percentage of extra of rewards. So I know most of you guys have a maxed out Ihwa, so really the meat chunks, you guys should be all getting that 15% on top of it as well. So very first thing that I always like to mention, go through all of these and get to the main story. Now, each day you have a maximum amount of stamina that you could spend on this. This is up here at the top where I have 76 of 180. I can go ahead and purchase more stamina to help me push my way through this event a lot more quickly. And the whole point of this is, and I did it in the past event test, you cannot, and I repeat this, you cannot get every item within the event exchange shop without spending stamina. That's just not possible. So you should go ahead and spend your suspendium on stamina so that you can go through this list and get all the items that are more particular or important to you. Like for me, example, on my mushroom page, I already grabbed the 3 copies of Shane here, and now I just need to make sure I get 4,500 more points on the honey pot so I can get the other 3 copies of Shane and get my free copy of her. Throughout this list, we have the Gyetang dark costume. So this is a free skin. All we got to do again is go ahead and get 4,000 meat chunks. But more importantly, we also have these collaboration tickets that exist here on the meat chunk side of everything. So you get 30 event collaboration tickets to go ahead and summon for these new characters. So play it by how you wish. If you want every single item in here, I mean, there are some good items, of course, the rapport items for all these characters, this new item for the rare Shinsu Sea Whetstone, some of these enhancement extracts, yada yada yada. If you want these items so that you can help buff up and help progress your story in adventure mode and just your character, like I said, go to the event story, spend your stamina on these cooking utensils, and this way it'll help you progress as effectively as you can. Just everybody knows, you get the first 3 purchases of stamina at 40 suspendium, the next 3 at 80, and then you have 120 stamina indefinitely for however much you want to purchase it at. So go ahead and get that done. I have just finished work for the day, so I haven't gotten started, but I'm definitely going to go ahead and do that right now or later point in time. Alongside with the event itself, we get the event missions. So same thing, there are a bunch of 50 different missions that we got to go through. Going through and clearing out all 50 of these missions will eventually net me these each one of these items for the 50, and then of course we get 30 normal summon tickets at the end. So go ahead and get that done. Make sure you complete that, because 30 free summons are 30 free summons. And then of course we have the daily festival. So the difference between this one and other events that we've had before is we've always had some sort of bingo, random lottery sort of other assessment or other part of these events. This time they've given us a daily festival for the next 14 days. And as you go through this, all you have to do is just make sure you're hitting all of the main targets. So in this case, play adventure mode one time with Yun Hee, and I'm going to get these 5 pillows, which are her rapport items. That's going to finish, as well as I just need to reach rapport level 2 with Yun Hee so that I can now complete day 2. And you want to go through and complete each and every single one of the tasks associated with each of the days. At the end of the time period, so the 14 days, when you've completed every single one, so all 70 different missions, we will all get a free copy of the SSR Plus unit. So even if you're unlucky in pulling her through the collaboration summon, you will still have a chance to get her here as long as you finish every single thing. So please, 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 please make sure you're going ahead and getting all of that said and done. It's very straightforward, little easy things for you to do. And I mean, they've made it so easy for you. All I got to do is click here, click on go. Now I'm in my box, click on Yun Hee, go to rapport, and where am I at? Send gift, plus it, use. Little sleepy head. And that, just like that, I'm done. Head on back to my event and receive my gift. Boom. So I now have received my 5 collaboration tickets for today. Oh, proficiency level 5. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and kill that one right now too. I go to 6 to get the suspendium. All right. So got that all said and done, and I wanted to make sure I did that so I can get my collaboration ticket. So let's segue over to that aspect of the event. All right, so here on the main page, we have, as you'll notice on the banner, we have our shop, our event, summon. Then we have 2 new added icons. We have the black market as well as the collaboration. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the collab. Nice little intro, and we got our good friend Jaja pretending to be mysterious in the background. We have unlocked Jaja's black market, and in turn we also have a collaboration summon page. So this page is completely outside of our regular summons and outside of our collaboration, our regular black market. But the beauty here is with our collaboration tickets, we have new rates associated because these units are only here for a short period of time. I mean, we have 14 days for you to summon as many times as you can to gather each one of these units. So if you go ahead and click on the rates here, we have a 0.5% chance of pulling Rachel. We have a 1% chance of pulling Yun Hee and another 1% chance of pulling Shane. On top of that, we have other items, SSR Soul Stones, some of these rapport items, and then common extracts, and of course the crystals that are the bane of everybody's existence within the Tri-Essence facility, but that's another conversation. So there are 16 total items that we can get out of this page, and that reduces our pool of things that we need to look for and ultimately get, but at the same time, our chances then increase for the characters that we want. So essentially the collaboration characters. Now I was lucky and fortunate enough, I did my first 100 pulls. In my first 30 pulls, I did manage to pull a the Rachel copy, and then in my next pull, I did manage to get Shane. So I currently have all 3 of those units so far. And if I go ahead, I have currently 60 collaboration tickets to use throughout the event. In total, NetMarble, and I counted because I went through all the different areas, we will get 400 summon tickets from this event. Now, unfortunately, if you hadn't logged on within the very first day or the first 48 hours, I know that in the mail under notices, yeah, it's probably gone. Yeah, it's gone already, but I'm going to go ahead and select this. There was a total of 30 collaboration tickets that were given to us from the notices. So if you've missed out on that, your total has dropped from 400 to 370, but that's okay. Where do we get those collaboration tickets? Well, as you've already seen, you'll get them through the festival. So I believe there's about 220 in here throughout all the days. I counted. Yes, I'm a nerd and a loser like that, as well as what we get here from the story mode. So 10 per these here, so you get the, I think, total 90. Where we get the rest, oh yes, in the exchange shop there is another 30 that you can purchase over here. So go through, make sure you're getting all of those, and said and done, then head on back here to the collaboration event and do your pulls. Now, since I have 60, I'm gonna go ahead and do a pull, demonstrate it for you guys. Hopefully I'm lucky, hopefully you guys give me the luck to pull a unit. Hopefully the SSR Plus. I'm not gonna be greedy, I'll take anything, but if you give me the SSR Plus, I'll be super happy. Each of these pulls do 30 pulls, so let's see what beauty we get here. We get this new little animation of Zsa Zsa running through this black market, meeting a bunch of different characters that we know from the story. And there actually is a animation sequence associated to if you get an SSR Plus unit. Right when we get to the end of this and Zsa Zsa is showing us the tent and it's a glowing light, our character camera is going to go to the light. But if she pulls us back, that means we get an SSR Plus. Come on. She didn't pull me back. All right, so I didn't get nothing this time. Bunch of extracts and enhancement stuff. You know what? Let's just do my next 30 and let's skip. And skip one more time. And I got nothing. Sad days, boys. Sad days. I didn't get jack squat. All right, who cares? We still have what? Another 140 to go before I hit the SSR Plus pity, as well as I know that I'll have another 100 behind that. So I ain't sweating it. I'm not really too worried. But the reason why I also wanted to empty this out is because you will see here, you can summon on the collab with your Suspendium. Yep, that's correct. So 3,000 Suspendium also nets you 30 pulls. I'm currently chilling at 137,000. I haven't yet decided if I'm going to blow everything into this collaboration event. I mean, it is limited to time, but I still want to go ahead, look at the characters, test them out a little bit, and see if it's willingly good for me to go all the way in on them. So I'm going to pause here. On the other side of things, I am going to show you the black market. Now, the black market is the exact same thing as the collaboration summon with Zsa Zsa, except here we can actually define the unit that we are focusing on. So if I go ahead where that nice lovely picture of my good friend Evankel the goat, and I click on change teammate request, I can select any unit out of the SSR Plus pool that we currently have in the game to be my main character. This means as I summon here, no matter what, if I pull a character, it's always going to be Evankel. I've already done this once and I did manage to pull Evankel, and as you'll notice, there is a record. So I can go ahead and click on this record and it's going to show me all my last records for the past 3 months. I don't exactly remember where it was where I pulled Evankel, but it will say teammate. So let me scroll through this and see if I can get, nope. Come on. as well as cut the video and find it. But you're just gonna go through this whole arduous task with me. You don't play with me. I already skip it. All right, I'm gonna cut the video and get back to it once I find it. There you are, right there. So as you can see, I did manage to pull Evan Kell already out of this black market, which was super happy days for me. And I've heard stories of other people pulling multis. I mean, I have a friend who never had Zahard, managed to come into the black market, spent a couple of suspendium, and I think he said in 120 pulls, he managed to pull 4 copies of Zahard. Yes, that is correct. 4 copies of Zahard. The black market is absolutely crazy, but what's making it crazy? Well, it's strictly, again, the rates. So I have a 2% chance of pulling Evan Kell here on top of all these other pretty awesome items, extracts, SSRS level equipment. But if I kind of go ahead and showcase it and associate it back to our original summons, and I go to the rates here, on this side, each and every single one of the SSR plus units has a 0.022% chance of being pulled. So this is huge difference between the summon here as well as the black market. Now, the elephant in the room is really the cost of it. Here in the regular summon, 3,000 suspendium nets me a 10 pull. Here in the black market, 5,000 suspendium nets me a 10 pull. So obviously the cost value is a lot higher. You have to also weigh into the fact that if we do a summon on the regular listing, the normal summons, we have the opportunity of getting other units, even if we don't get the SSR plus that we are looking for. Here, we don't get the opportunity of getting other units. It's just gear, equipment, and things to help you grow. So it's really got to pick your battle in terms of what you want or what you're looking for in the end. If it's more important for you to gather and gain your SSR plus units, then I would say go ahead and spend on the black market. But for sure, when it comes to spending your suspendium, now you got to really outweigh the options between the two. I will say this, however, the black market isn't going anywhere, right? And we already know that our rates is 0.5 for all these weapons, but 2% for our characters. So unless NetMarble is going to make any changes to the rates associated to the teammates here, I wouldn't say it's too much of a rush for us to focus on getting your units in the black market unless you want to, where in turn you can go back and spend on the collaboration units if you think that they are good or your cup of tea. Now, the last little thing I'm going to showcase in this video before we sign off, because again, like I said, we're going to segment it in different parts so we could talk about each and every other part accordingly, give each one its own set amount of time. But the last thing I want to showcase here is just looking at the teammates, and let's go ahead and set the codex to green. So with these new updates, our green side team is looking pretty stacked. I mean, Zahard already acts as a very strong unit, can tank, can do damage, knockdown, defense decreases. There's no one's talking about Zahard. He's been great. Now we've also added Rachel, Yun-Hee, and Shane. So let's look at Shane's character sprite real quick. Pretty cool. I like the I think it's called Heterochromia with the eyes, one eye red, one eye blue, because she's made a deal with the demons, as well as, nope, not this dude. There we go, right here. Good old Yun-Hee, Mrs. Sleepyhead. She could have been part of the Eurasia family, to be honest, if she was a normal unit from within Tower of God itself. But green team is looking pretty stacked. Zahard and Dorsey, Shane, Rachel, Yun-Hee as a great support. I think she might surpass our good friend, what's her name? There we go. Yeah, Loziel, our good friend Loziel, but they both work in different parameters, whereas Loziel's more of a healer. This one does more damage and can actually act as a stall tank for us. But on top of this, even more importantly, our good friend Lauer right here, this sleepyhead, he got a buff. And I think it's a pretty massive buff that I'll have to showcase in another video. But I'm going to save that all for next time. So guys, how are you enjoying the collaboration event so far? Have you been super lucky in the black market? Have you been super lucky in just the collaboration summits? Have you already gone through all your daily festival activities? I forgot one more thing. Once you complete the story mode of this event, so once you get to the 10th story here, you will also unlock another boss event. This boss event is going to feature the new dark variant of Gyetang. So Mr. Chicken over here is going to be Gyetang as a boss. We're going to go ahead, and of course there's probably going to be a banner associated to it, and try to hit and top your rankings. If you are not the whale of your server, good luck, but at least it's still going to be fun and something to try. The boss is blue, so again, it helps to power up those green units if you don't have them. All right, now I'm done. So flip it back here. There we go. Guys, are you enjoying this event? Have you been extremely lucky in the black market or the collaboration summons? Let me know in the comments below. And like I mentioned, there's still a lot more to this update that we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the patch notes, the characters that have been buffed, and the changes and where they sit within the scope of the game, as well as our new secret floor in the expedition. So with all that being said, if you liked the video, hey, do what you got to do. If you didn't like the video, hey, do what you got to do. It's your boy King Quab, and I'm out. Peace.